What is going on, Numbers Nation? JT coming to you from Studio 8B, live, pre-recorded.
Yeah, we're recording it live.
We're recording it live.
We're not rehearsing anything.
Is this the first non-Thursday? Because it feels weird.
This is the first non-Thursday.
Yeah, I'm a little out. I'm not like jacked up, it takes a couple other days to get the juices flowing, in a week.
And you're not 4 beers deep at this point
I'm
either.
not 4 fingers or 4 beers deep.
No,
so
zero
nothing
beers.
deep.
Well, listen, Numbers Nation. Our we come up with anything with this yet, Daryl? Our numbos?
No, I don't think that works.
Not Nimrod. It's like,
I was thinking that, and I'm like, that don't work.
Doesn't make
is that
sense.
Green Day stuff? Yeah.
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 We just wanted to, first of all, wish everybody a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a safe and happy day with their families
Yeah.
or friends.
Did you say vectors?
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 Did you say vectors?
I've never said vectors.
Oh.
Vectors.
What did you say last week? That was really silly.
Improper fractions?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what we are. The improper fractions.
Improper fractions. Yeah.
Proper fraction. Okay.
We could go back and edit that out, right?
Yeah, we can edit anything you
Very
want.
good.
Yeah, that's the luxury of not being live. We can edit anything we want out.
Edit all.
And also a very important reminder that there is not going to be a show tomorrow. This is actually Tuesday for us, but by the time you're seeing it, it's going to be Wednesday. So
Correct.
Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, no show.
No show.
No show.
Due to the holiday.
No show. But 9:30 a.m. Saturday, the 25th, the day of the game,
The big one.
the big
The
one.
only game that matters in college.
That's
All
right.
season long.
We're going to be live in studio that day. Live. Not
Right.
pre-recorded live like this, but live.
With bold predictions.
Oh, bold predictions. There's going to be madness. I think I have College Football Joe / Ohio State Joe possibly talked into actually coming on the show.
Nice.
Possibly.
Live here or like patched in?
I'll patch him in.
Patch
It
him
may be via phone,
Okay.
maybe via video. I don't know yet.
Zoom,
I don't know. We
Google
still got,
Meet.
We're negotiating his contract right now.
Okay.
We'll look forward to that, Jim.
Yeah. Last thing he said to me, now this week, he's an Ohio State guy. And this week he refuses
Unfortunately.
to use the letter M in any of his communications. So M's become X's. And what did he say? He says, I hope they shut them out, shit in their ear holes, set the locker room on fire, and kidnap their faculty into sex slavery, is what he said
Right.
today.
I would
the
respond
University
to
of
that,
Michigan.
but I'm going to keep it for Saturday morning so it's nice and fresh before the game. So I got my own digs to fire out. So,
Right. And Tone's obviously being a diehard University of Michigan fan.
yeah.
Yes. So,
Doesn't mix. Doesn't mix.
no, you guys are two ships. I can't. What's the analogy there?
Parting ways.
Oil and some other type of
Sailing
lubricant.
with a different breeze.
Lube, oil, and water. But what we did want to do is, since we have some NFL games coming up,
Yes.
3 of them on Thursday, 1 of them on Friday. The first time ever there's been a Black Friday game. That's on Amazon Prime. So
Yeah,
if
it was
you're-
kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, right?
Hung over on turkey and watching a game.
Yeah,
I
3
mean,
o'clock game.
there's like 24 college games.
Yeah.
Did you guys see
No,
that?
that's true. There's a lot of college.
That's some more. Is it your Sparties are playing Friday?
Yes, they're playing Friday night football at Ford Field. A lot of
That's-
F's in there.
Are you going to go? You should go.
I'm waiting for some free tickets, and they don't seem to be as plentiful as they used to
Is
be.
the Penn State fans traveling well over there?
Usually. Also, I've been to Ford Field for Michigan State, Kentucky basketball, and that was probably about half Kentucky.
Yeah, I
half
imagine Kentucky fans travel.
See it very well.
Yep.
Very well. So, no, if anybody gets this Wednesday and they got extra tickets, my number is
We'll put it-
available.
yeah, you can just
Put that in the
The
comments.
numbers guys are open to donations.
Yeah,
you know?
or hit you up on Twitter at the Num Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Num Guys. Could always
Yeah.
do that too. We wanted to do that. We wanted to talk a little bit about these games. It's not
Yeah.
going to be a whole long show. No libation tonight, even though we're having some.
That's a bummer.
One libation.
Can we
Yeah.
do some au jus?
I don't think I'm going to drink this.
I'm not a big au jus guy.
No, I don't think I'm going to drink this Johnny's teriyaki au jus.
That'll
Although I appreciate the
Knock you
thought.
on your arse.
Yeah, it's. Is there any alcohol in this? It contains both soy and wheat, and I happen to be allergic to both of
That's
those.
the
So.
problem.
And I'm going to try my first ever Bloody Mary on Saturday.
That's right. First ever Bloody Mary. The Bloody Mary
Yeah.
bar is starting to expand. I've got, I think, all the ingredients I want for this.
It's kind of a preview to the game. I'm not going to give too much away because it's going to be a bloodbath
Oh,
after the Bloody
jeez.
Mary. So
Come on, Tones.
yeah, we'll talk about that more Saturday.
You got olives,
Oh, yeah, I got
Limes?
olives. Giant, yes.
lemons,
No lemons.
pepper,
Yes.
Salt?
There's
Yes.
Spicy pickles.
Worcestershire
Spicy
sauce?
pickles.
Spicy pickles.
You don't like pickles, but Worcestershire sauce,
You don't
yes.
like pickles? I like spicy pickles.
Not a pickle guy.
Okay.
Not a pickle guy, D-Dub. Isn't.
No,
No.
that's my food
Are you a
allergy.
Bloody Mary guy? Because I never had one.
Yeah, I like to have a Bloody Mary now and again. I think was it Drill that was saying it last week? It's mostly a morning thing.
It is a morning.
But if I'm poolside, I can do it in the afternoon.
Do you think I'm going to like it and want to drink it again?
You seem like the kind of guy that would like a V8,
A V8? Okay.
right?
Maybe.
No, if you don't,
The
then
only
if,
guy that
if
likes
you don't-
I've never had a V8, so
Oh, then this is gonna be a total.
I stick to tomato sauce. That I'm Italian. Dude.
But you don't do like tomato juice and like beer or anything like that.
No.
Pretty popular
marinara
drink.
sauce.
That's
Dude.
a michelada?
Is that what they call that?
I think so, yeah. Those are gross. I don't like that.
I've never tried that. I've seen somebody do that before, and I thought that's a little different.
That doesn't taste good to me,
No.
personally. But yeah, I'm excited about the Bloody Mary. I think if I'm going to say yes, you're going to like it, Tones.
He doesn't like a lot of pepper, though, right?
I do. I do
You
like
do?
spicy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
a
kind of
fan.
surprised you haven't
bad.
had one. I mean, it's kind of in your wheelhouse.
I've never chose to have one at a bar when there was other options at the.
Yeah.
I tend to go to what works for me and what I'm used to. So I usually don't experiment too much.
Jimmy's a very experimental guy.
I like to mess around with stuff like that. Yeah, I do. See
Yep.
what's good, see what's bad, find out what you like. That's how you
Drinks,
find out what you like.
partners,
That.
everything. So.
Yeah. All right, so we said 4 NFL games. Let's go through each one of these. We're going to do those in 2 minutes. So it's going to be the first time we were actually under 30 minutes in NFL, I think.
The show is just not the same without the live audience, Jimmy.
No, I know. Nobody's chiming in the chat. There is no chat.
There's no live chat.
But
That
hey, feel free to comment in the comments section below.
Yeah.
You could do that. And don't forget to give us a like. That's
Smash
a thumbs
it.
up.
Yeah.
Or a subscription.
Pound
And
it.
we're
See ya.
thankful for all of those.
We are. Yeah.
I will personally respond to every comment in the chat if you're
Wow.
willing to do so.
It's awfully nice of you.
Yeah.
So first game, we got Packers at the Lions. That's going to be 12:30 on Thanksgiving. You got the Lions at home, minus 367. Packers plus 287 on the money line. Lions laying 7.5 points. 47 is your total. D-Dub, what do you think here?
I love the Lions, but only in a teaser. I want to take the 6 points and move it through the 3. Lions minus 1.5. Just find what you like to pair that with, and it might be. It could be one of the Thursday games, or if you want to go later into the weekend, you could do that. But I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet the 7.5. No way. If it somehow drops in the next 48 hours, 24 hours, maybe consider it 6.5 area. But right now it would just be in a teaser. What do you think, Anthony?
The Lions probably the first 3 quarters of the game was probably their sloppiest all season. I saw a stat that Chicago was the first team to lose with at least 40 minutes of possession and winning the turnover battle by at least three turnovers in history, and it was like 45-0, and the Lions were the first team to get a W. That's probably more indictment on Chicago, but
I don't think they did much with those recovered turnovers.
they
right?
weren't cashing in as much as they probably could have, and I don't think the Lions are going to make the same mistake or come out flat like they did. I think they're going to make the adjustments. If they do play a full game, I feel like they could beat Green Bay by 10 or so. So actually, I'm taking the Lions as one of my bets. I think at home Thanksgiving, I think they're going to give it their best in front of the rowdy crowd and take care of business like they did at Lambeau. So
I'm agreeing with Daryl on this one. I think 7.5 points. Wow. We agree. Yeah, we agree a little bit. I'm almost out of time. Mrs. Midwest, she took the Lions laying 7.5. I would say wait for 7. I doubt that's going to happen, but if you see 7, I'd snatch it at that.
Yeah, this isn't the Lions that was beating everybody by 14 points at least. This is the last couple of weeks has kind of put everybody on notice. I
On
think.
notice, yeah.
Yeah.
The Commanders. God, I hate the Commodes. Hate them.
Hate it.
That's my survivor pick this week
Why do you hate them so much?
because they're just miserable.
Like you hate them every season, or you hate them just this particular?
I hated them last season too. I didn't
Yeah.
really care for them all that
They
much.
made the Giants look like world beaters.
Yeah, they really did.
it's weird.
Danny
Yeah, it's pretty
DeVito,
bad.
my God. Commanders at Cowboys. This is your 4:30 game on Thanksgiving. Cowboys minus 584. Commanders plus 427. You got the Cowboys. They're going to beat AT&T. Minus 11 are the Cowboys at home. 48.5 is your total. D-Dub.
I do like the Cowboys in this one because I think they just, as they showed last week against the Panthers, with Richie Rich in the house. Whoa, whoa. The woo woo. They're gonna, if they can beat you, they're gonna just keep beating you. They didn't play their best from what I saw last week, but they still won by. What was that? 17 or something like
Yeah,
that.
mid-teens.
they
I
definitely
don't
covered.
remember.
Yeah.
Rich could tell us if we could patch him in, but do you have that? Can you do that, Jimmy?
I could, but Rich he's on vacation. He's actually in the Carolinas.
Don't want to bother him.
He
Then.
might be having a Bloody Mary right now.
But
Probably is.
yeah, I do like the Cowboys to blow out the Commanders. But I know what you're saying, Jimmy. The Commanders have been sneaky at times. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to
Almost.
cheer for my buddy Rich's home or favorite America's team, even though there's another America's team now. But
Patriots.
Amen.
so Cowboys do one thing good, and it's beat up on junky teams, and they're gonna show Washington that they're a crappy team, just like the Giants did. Easily win, double digits, cover. I'll take that all day. So
Yeah, Terry McLaurin, my balls. That's what I got to say.
What?
Yeah, Terry McLaurin. We were talking about him a couple weeks ago. He's nothing. Commanders suck. Cowboys minus 11. I think I would take that, even though you don't know what you're going to get. See, if you bet on the Commanders, they're going to end up, putting within one.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the problem here. But I think go Cowboys.
at home
minus 11.
Thanksgiving. Yep.
Rich would tell you the sharp money's on the Commanders this week.
He's probably right. Yep, they probably is right about that. But I'll take my chances. I don't think it's a pick. I don't have it as one of my top picks. So, 49ers, Seahawks. 49ers, Seahawks. 49ers minus 302. Seahawks plus 240. You got the 49ers as the road favorite, laying 6.5 against the Birds. 43 is your total. Has anybody called them the Birds before? I don't know.
Oh,
Just made-
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I've heard that.
All right, I thought I made that up.
I don't think.
All right, go ahead, Daryl.
There's no sea, though. It's an ocean, isn't it? Does that count as a sea? That's in
Is
the
there a
Seattle
difference?
area?
I don't know.
I don't know. Not important to the matter at hand. I like the Niners. This is the one I probably question the most of my picks. But I do think that there's something just not right at the moment with Geno Smith. And he took a big hit in that game. I don't know if
Yeah, I don't know if he's injured or.
I don't know if he's going to start or not, but I think I forget the exact verbiage on what they said about him this week, but I think he's expected to play. So I actually like the Seahawks more if he doesn't.
Really?
He's having a hard time.
Yeah, he's not as
It's
not repeating last year.
No, I don't know. I don't want to get into the X's and O's and everything, but it just doesn't seem like he has the cannon that he once had, and he's not looking to take off with it either. So, I'm going with the Niners.
Yeah, I was looking at this one for my picks this week, but I didn't like it to actually place a bet on. Yeah, I could see the Niners winning by a TD. It's gonna be tough though. A night game in Seattle. Home, though fans will be crazy. They don't get a Thanksgiving game. I don't know if they've ever had a Thanksgiving game at night or ever. So, but yeah, I think the Niners are coming around. Seahawks haven't been looking as good as earlier in the season. I think Niners could cover that, get a touchdown. So
My question is, what do we make home field advantage at Seahawks Stadium worth here?
I was going to ask
3
you
points.
because you're the guy for that job.
Yeah, I think it's more than
I mean,
normal.
it's more. So then we're saying it's going to be 49ers 10? 9.5 should be at a neutral site? I don't know. That might be a little much.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Niners have looked a little better since the
Yeah. The
bye.
bye. Yep.
Yeah. Seahawks have looked a little worse,
Yeah.
I think.
I think they're trending in different directions right now. So
What they did
I
to
don't know
the
if I can take
Jags,
this one either.
what the Niners did to the Jags on the road,
Yeah.
Pretty
acutely,
impressive.
acutely aware of that.
those are probably comparable teams, right?
Yeah.
Jaguars at home,
similarities. Yeah.
Seahawks at home,
Sure. Sure.
and that was a beatdown.
Yep. Good old fashioned.
Yeah, I guess that being the case, go with the 49ers. I'm going to stay away from this one, too.
It's dangerous.
All right, we got the Dolphins at the Jets. This is the Friday night Amazon, or not Friday night, Friday 3 o'clock p.m. Amazon Prime game. You got the Jets plus 371 at home, Dolphins minus 493. The Jets, big home dog, plus 10. The Jets are getting, and then 41 is your point total there. D-Dub.
You know, there's been a quarterback change.
Yes.
Are you aware?
I've heard this.
I don't even know who.
Boyle.
Yeah,
I
Boyle.
don't know who Boyle is.
I
know who-
I saw
You
Aaron
had one of
Rodgers
those removed,
talking about.
didn't you?
Aaron Rodgers was talking
Not
about him
me.
on the your favorite Pat McAfee show.
Was he?
Yeah, I guess he was his backup for a while, right? And
He was, yeah.
doesn't have impressive numbers, but a journeyman at best.
That 10 is screaming 3-team teaser, but I'll let Jimmy talk about that. This feels like another one of those ones that could be sneaky. Jets at least covering, but it's kind of. I wanted to give you a couple picks for these NFL games, Thursday, Friday, and so it would probably be can the Dolphins do the same thing that I think the Cowboys are going to do and just put a smackdown? But I'm not gonna screw around with it. But I do like that. What you'll tell them about later, Jimmy.
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching the Jets this past week. I mean, their offense is just basically non-functioning, and it may be worse. Boyle's not going to come in and save the day like some other quarterbacks that have filled in, like Minnesota or whatnot. That's not going to happen here. I don't know. I just think, Jets got a good defense. I think Dolphins, though, have a serviceable defense, and I don't think the Jets are going to do much. And I can't see why the Dolphins can't put up, 21, 24 points, and I don't think the Jets are going to put up more than 10. So I think they'll cover. So
I like the college game a little better than the NFL game.
No, I can see
Personally.
that. Yeah, I can see
And
that.
so I have a database of college players yesteryear to to today.
I think
Did you bring him
Boyle
on
does not ring a
Did
ring a bell.
you bring him on a jump drive? I can plug it in, download it real
It's
quick
all
for you.
right up here.
Okay.
I think the Iowa-Nebraska game has the lowest under in NCAA history.
Yes.
It's
Got to be
26 and a half
26.
points.
I didn't mean to interrupt, Jimmy, but I was hoping maybe you could tell me where Boyle played because I have
I could, given like
no,
2 minutes
no,
here.
no, not
Oh,
important.
for college?
Yeah.
I don't know where you played.
I don't remember this guy.
No.
I'm looking at this one. Vegas made the number. At open 6. So it's been bet up to 10. And I have a feeling that's going to end up getting bet up more probably Thursday and Friday.
Could.
So if you like the
The Finns?
if you like the Finns,
Lock it in.
I'd get it now. Jets, are they going to continue to play the good defense they played when they have no offensive support at all? I mean, at some point they're going to just
It's demoralizing when the offense doesn't do anything, and you just got to keep, making stands and knowing the offense is going to do nothing with it.
going to do nothing. I think I watched the game last week. I don't remember them getting past midfield maybe once in that entire game. I mean, they were terrible. They couldn't advance the football.
Yeah, my
at
prediction:
all.
Rodgers is rushing to get back. I think by the time he gets back, it's gonna be too late. I think they're gonna be out of the playoff hunt by then.
Yeah,
so.
I think so too. So I guess on this one, I would. Oh God. See, I took the Ravens. I took the Raiders plus 14 against the Dolphins last week, which ended up coming home. I didn't take that on the show, but that was a pick. And the Jets aren't as scrappy as the Raiders are, and they're not going in the right direction. I think you got to go Dolphins here.
Correcto.
Yeah. All right, folks. So that concludes the NFL in a lot less than 30 minutes.
Way less.
All we have left
Under.
for this little impromptu show, we're going to review last week's picks, or at least look at our performance, and then we have some top picks for you guys at home. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Here's what we did. Here's what we did to date. To date, we have Richie. Richie's been struggling a little bit lately. I feel kind of bad for him. Down 7.93. D-Dub, lifetime down 19.51. Tones was in the black for a few weeks and just dipped his toe back in the
I
red.
had a couple of bad beats this weekend.
Yeah, you did. You did. Minus 0.65 units, it looks like. I'm up 15.21, and for the group, down 12.67 units since we started the show 26 or so shows ago. So that is where we're at. Tones and I both positive for the last 30 days, though. A little
Right
bit, though.
about the same, right?
Yeah, within a few tenths of a percent
Yeah.
from each other. So that's where we're at. As far as NFL, as a group, we're up 13.32 units. Richie down 2.97. D-Dubs down 7.11. Tones positive there, 3.37. JT positive 20.02. And for NCAA football, since we started the show, group is down 6.02. Richie down just a little bit there, 1.90. D-Dub down a little bit, 3.89. Tones positive there as well at 3.81. And JT, my number hasn't moved. I don't think I've had an NFL or an NCAA pick in a long time.
Oh,
But
yeah, you haven't.
yeah, so I'm still minus 4.05. But that's not going anywhere. So that's the good news, I
You're,
guess. on
you're
that.
sucking the hind, you know what? There,
I am.
Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm totally stuck in the hind breasts there. Okay, you guys want to do? Oh, yeah, is there anything you want to talk about from last week as far as your picks go? I know, like I said, Toads, you had a shit beat on was it the Iowa game?
I had Iowa in the under. It was under like 30 in Iowa by 3.5. They won by 2 and the under hit. So they had a chance. And then the Lions, to me, they should have covered. They play like garbage. I'm happy they got the win. And then, that was the two that I thought were going to swing my way. But the Iowa would have been a plus 225 or so hit. So that would have made my numbers look much better for last week if they would have came through fruition there. But we'll give it another whirl this weekend.
Sure.
I had App State. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That
That's
helped out the numbers this
Plus
week.
275 money line, I think you got there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nice one.
And Washington beating Oregon State.
Yes, sir.
That was a good game.
Plus 2.5.
But that App State game, I don't know if anybody was able to watch that. It's on Hulu, ESPN Plus. And as soon as they were up 8. Okay? You with
Who
me?
was? App State?
Yes.
Okay.
With
This was
about
against James Madison?
Yes,
wasn't it? Yeah.
And as soon as I flipped it over there, it was about a minute left. James Madison connects on a 4th and 18, makes the first down, scores the touchdown, scores the 2-point conversion, and we're looking at overtime. At that point, I figured my bet's lost.
Sure.
But sure enough, they held the Dukes to a field goal and came back and scored a touchdown to win it.
I had to be a wild ride
That's
for
an
you.
emotional roller
It
coaster.
was because not so much for anything other than the purposes of this show. You know, it was a nice start to the week. I had won that Thursday night Baltimore first half bet, and then came back with the first game on Saturday, and
Yeah, you're up to a hell of a.
Yeah.
You couldn't lose after that. I think we determined, right?
yeah, I won that Washington game, and then Sunday was everything that could go wrong did.
Goes wrong. Yeah, that's how it goes
Yeah.
sometimes.
Of a note for you, Sparty fan, I heard a rumbling that Oregon State's head coach is one of the finalists for the
Definitely,
Sparty job,
definitely one of the finalists. You can
along
never
with the
get
Dookie coach.
Yeah, you can never get a any kind of sense what's going on the other side until they wrap up their regular seasons, you know?
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to
Your buddy Mike Valenti thinks they'll be announcing somebody about a week from today.
yeah, I mean, well, the regular season should be over.
Yep.
Oregon State is by all purposes eliminated from the conference championship. You know, if I don't know about Duke's status, but I am sure they didn't have the best end of the season
they're not
here.
gonna be in a championship
So
game.
once that's eliminated, then coaches are pretty much free to talk to whoever. And I've said it from day one. Jonathan Smith, Oregon State, would be my first choice. I just like the way that they play. I don't know if that's recruiting or what. And he's been out there his whole life. He played quarterback there at Oregon State. He's coached there and basically only there. He coached at Washington for a
And a
little
good
bit.
time to get out of the pack because
I mean, if you're
they're
Oregon
getting-
State,
they're
yeah.
getting dismantled basically.
Oregon
so.
State, I don't think there's a plan in place for where they're going next year.
Yeah, so I would, if I were the coach, that might be a good time to bail.
Yeah. So, I had one other pick I was going to talk about, but geez, I don't remember what it was. Last night, Kansas
Oh yeah, you had
City.
a 6-point teaser on that.
Yeah, that hurt. I had
Plus 3.5.
KC getting 3.5, and they lost by 4.
Now they did the reverse of the Lions. Their fourth quarter, horrendous. Talk about not doing anything down the stretch, KC.
What's the story there, Jimmy? That KC hasn't scored in the second half the last
There's a
3 weeks or something?
if you were playing KC second half unders,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
been cleaning up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you've been cleaning
With
up.
all that talent, though, it was like, how's that happen? But I mean, they just played like garbage.
Dude, the receiving core is
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Mahomes did what he needed to do
Yeah.
last night. There's no question
Well, they
about
got the
that.
most drops. I think they had
They
7
can't hold on
drops.
to the football.
7 drops.
Even your boy Kelsey's been thinking about
Yeah.
Taylor or something. I don't know what he had 2 definite drops that I saw.
yeah. Stop going to concerts, Travis.
Right.
I heard he's thinking about retirement. Now that was on the Onion, but nevertheless, they said
That's
he
where I
was-
get all
source.
my news from.
National Enquirer and Onion. That's usually what I go to.
These are the top picks.
You guys ready? Top picks. Here we go. D-Dub, you are up first, buddy boy.
out of beer. I got a college money line home team parlay, with the exception of Toledo. They're on the road at CMU. Those are all pretty big favorites. Texas is probably fine, and Oregon's probably fine. I guess the one I probably sweat the most is Oklahoma.
Yeah,
but
'cause-
TCU really.
What's Toledo favored by?
In real life, as Jim calls it, IRL.
IRL?
They are favored by, I want to say, 11-ish.
Okay.
Favored to take a half a point.
or the chips.
Yeah, but they only lost one game this year, and they lost to Illinois in like week 1 or 2. So I don't think they're gonna, unless Candle, is already in the process of getting another job. Then by God, maybe he's looking elsewhere, and that's another one, Jimmy, where these coaches that are talked about a lot. I heard this on VSiN the other day.
Okay.
Their records in their last 3 weeks of the season, a lot of coaches that changed jobs after the season's over
Okay.
by their choice tend to have a poor exit from their current college. But, that's all just speculation here, I think. That Washington State fella, now he hasn't done anything. He was talked about for that Spartan job, and he has lost everything except for last week, I think, against Colorado.
Oh, okay.
So going off on a tangent here, but again, I like the Cowboys minus 10.5. I like the Niners minus 6.5. We already talked about those to death. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I said only 3 this week. That's right.
Yeah, 3.
yes,
we
sir.
only did 3. So we got
3 units.
3 units, and we can do 3 more units on Saturday's show.
There
All
you
right.
go.
There we
Again,
go.
I think the Lions play a complete game. They don't make the same mistake starting flat at home Thanksgiving. Take care of business. Win by 10.
Don't ever apologize. Don't ever apologize for a win.
No, I know. I was happy they won that game, even though they didn't cover. I was happy. Yeah, I think I'm with the crew here. I think Dallas, they beat up on junk teams, and I think they're going to do the same thing at home Thanksgiving, take care of business. And I like Miami to beat up on the woeful offensively handicapped Jets. So,
Offensively handicapped. God, that's putting it mildly, buddy.
yeah.
They are not very good. Not very good. All right, here's my top picks. This is going to be which I coined this morning, the J teaser. Since I'm JT, and I do a teaser every week.
I
It seems
do
like.
like that, though. I do like that.
Yeah, you got the Lions. This is a 10-point teaser. By the way, this should go at Golden Nugget. I don't know if I've said this before.
That's the only place you could do.
That's your favorite.
That's
or
the best place to
the
do it.
push. The push pays
Because
or
the
it goes
push
down.
pays. Or the push doesn't pay. The push voids.
Voids.
Push voids at Golden Nugget. So there's no other reason, folks at home, to do anything at Golden Nugget besides 10 points, specifically 10-point teasers too. 6-point teasers doesn't matter. 7-point teasers doesn't matter. 10-point teasers, you have an edge at Golden Nugget. So if you are looking to win money or to at least sports bet with an edge, that would be Golden Nugget for your 10-point teasers.
Okay.
You would also consider staying there if you were in Vegas.
I would.
I
yeah.
would not, but
You would. I would.
I would just to try it out for a
Yeah,
night.
I'd
I
stay
would.
there.
I would do it. Cool pool area. I like it.
2.5 points is Lions, they're plus 2.5. -1 is your Cowboys. Dolphins would be a 0, so it's going to be basically a money line Dolphins. -120 at Golden Nugget. 2 units on that one, and I got to say that this year so far, 10-point teasers on spreads have been 9-0-1 for me on the show. So I don't take that for what it's worth. Doesn't mean it's going to continue, but it's been pretty good so far. And then last, I have Tyreek Hill over 72.5 receiving yards. That's Dolphins and Jets. -113. That I put at Parks, which is Gun Lake here in Michigan. Could be something else wherever you're at. And on that one, I ran out of time to write my notes on it, but I can tell you, the Jets defense, we said probably are a little bit demoralized right now. And stud receivers like Tyreek, so A.J. Brown, who else? There was a bunch of them. I went through.
You're not concerned about the sauce.
I'm not concerned about the sauce, and I'm not sure if maybe they're not doubling on some of the big targets, but he's only been under 83 weeks this year.
They're going to have a lot of time of possession too. Miami.
Yeah.
He's going to have a lot of opportunities for.
I think this
for
is
getting
a
over.
lock.
Yeah.
This is a
Some
lock.
people would say he's the real MVP.
Tyreek, you're talking?
Yeah,
Nice.
Not Tua?
not sauce.
Or not Sauce. Okay.
Sauce.
No, not anybody. Specifically, yes, Tyreek.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tyreek's
I've heard him
fantastic.
mentioned up there.
He's
It's a
fantastic.
quarterback's award, unfortunately.
And then last but not least, all the way from the Carolinas, Rich was kind enough to send in his
Oh,
top picks.
boy.
And of course, I'm going to need your help, Daryl and
It's
Richie.
gonna be
or
hard.
Daryl and Tones. Okay, he's got.
That's
this is
what
for,
she said.
And we haven't had that in a while.
That's what she said.
There you go. This is NFL football, I guess it is. The cattlemen hailing from the solitary celestial body region, -11.
Okay, region means. Okay, so what's
Let's break this down. I don't know what he means
We got
here.
to go word by word here. So
Solid.
cattleman. So okay, we're dealing with
What's a cattleman?
Okay.
Cowboy?
cowboy kind of. Yeah.
given the choice between a
Hailing,
commander
coming from
and a cowboy? I would say that's probably the cowboy.
Salvatore. So
Right.
Salvatore,
Yes.
Solid.
kind of a loner.
Solitary
Okay.
celestial body.
Celestial is space, right? Like
Yeah,
The lone
I guess
space
that is.
region.
lone space.
Lone Star.
Lone Star
Body.
State. Oh, the Lone Star State.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's got to be through process of elimination. The Lone Star State is not Washington, D.C.
No, probably not.
I guess not a state.
That was too easy. I can't believe Rich actually put that together.
Yeah, man, I don't give Rich enough credit sometimes. It's a lot of words.
Yeah. Words.
So he's taken the Cowboys. It looks like -11. That's at -110 at the DraftKings.
Okay.
Next, we have a little fire scarecrow.
Which I would not decipher that if I was
Okay.
not sitting next to you. when you,
Lions and
went to-
tigers and bears. Oh my.
No, that's a
So is
Wizard of Oz reference.
Is he taking the Lions or the Bears?
Oh no!
Unfortunately, they're not playing again this weekend.
And it's also he's saying it's -7.5, not +7.5. So I think we have to assume.
Oh
that
wait a
he's-
minute. Yeah, Bears and Lions. That's not right.
It's the pack. But
It's the
the spread
Packers
is right.
Lions.
The spread is right. So I'm assuming it's the Lions.
It was the same spread as last week, I think, at this time. But yeah, I think it's Packers and Lions. So a little fire scare. It's got to be the Lions then.
He messed that thing up all the way around, didn't he?
He really did. I bet
That's a
he was
confusing
talking
one.
to somebody else while he was putting these in. And then last but not least, he's got this is the second week in a row that Richie's had a parlay.
Parlay.
So 2 weeks in a row. I don't think he's ever had one the entire show
Richie's
prior to
postulates.
that. Yeah, so he's got the Lions, Cowboys, 49ers money line. That's -105 at DraftKings.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I think that should come home.
You could
without
see
a
that,
problem.
right? -105.
Yeah, not
I
bad.
could see that.
I thought about that one a little bit myself. It's just, do you want to not leave your seat all Thanksgiving Day. Just sitting there watching.
It's a long day.
That is a
back
long
to
day.
back to back.
Watching football all day.
Yeah, sure is.
Gotta
Worst
get a
ways to
nap in
spend
between-
it.
Where are you gonna get your nap in? You gotta get your nap in.
Rich would probably tell you the 4:00 game was his usual
4
stomping
o'clock
grounds.
game. Yeah,
So,
yeah. 4
Oh, he's gotta
o'clock
watch
game.
his boys though. He's gotta watch the boys. Too.
yes, he's in a real predicament.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be really
He
tired.
really
watching
likes
them.
that nap, the anytime nap after 4:00. But he also likes the Cowboys.
Sure.
So he's got to hope that they beat
cattlemen.
up. They beat up on the commodes, and that by halftime he can nap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully not mid-bite.
Yeah.
Oh, that could
No.
choke that way.
Finish your stuffing before you
Yeah,
fall
gotta be
asleep.
careful with
Rich.
that.
He's got to have
Please do us a favor.
something going on when he's eating so that there's no chance of that happening.
He is a realtor Lord pinch him like
Yeah,
every
maybe.
3 minutes or so. Yeah. Shout out FKA Lauren, by the way. I believe she's down there with
Yeah.
Richardo.
Have a lovely trip.
Yeah. Hope
Soak
you
up
guys are
some sun
safe.
for us because the weather here today is dick.
It is.
So
It is.
Yeah, it's a little bit depressing.
yeah,
is.
but we got some great football coming up in the area to cheer us up here.
You're talking about Western Michigan tonight,
And
At
the
home.
chips coming up.
and
Isn't
also
EMU
Eastern,
playing? Yeah, they're
Eastern
playing tonight.
Michigan on the road.
Playing
Buffalo?
Buffalo. Sure.
Yeah, I might head out there tonight.
There's worse things you could do than watch MAC football.
You guys want to do shout outs? Or we're going to wait till Saturday?
Shout out.
I'm gonna hold off to say.
Yeah, hold up to Saturday? Okay. Well, you got something there?
Just saying world peace.
Shout out.
That's, yeah, I think you did that last week too.
Yeah, keep saying it'll come to fruition.
Yes.
So
Who am I going to shout out? I'm going to shout out
Shout out.
Mummy Midwest, who's going to be hosting us on the day of the turkey.
can I stop by for some leftovers? Turkey sandwich.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Okay.
You know that.
Are you going to have the camera set up?
That was Dale's suggestion that we broadcast live from Thanksgiving dinner.
Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like cousin Eddie. You know?
Well, guys, I guess that is it. Again, have yourself a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. What are we thankful for, Daryl? Let's extend this even. What are you thankful for, Daryl?
I'm just thankful for a nice work environment where everybody is kind of pitching in to help each other. Love that about our office guys, and I'm
Yeah.
thankful for all the hard work Jimmy puts in to put on this charade.
I'm going to blush over here. Jones, what are you thankful for?
I guess doing the podcast this year, this has been awesome, and I think we're getting in a little groove, which is cool. As well as locally here, selfishly, my two favorite football teams, the Lions and Michigan, are both having great seasons, and that's going to make for exciting down the stretch. So,
And the Wings, right? The Wings doing
and the
well?
Wings are they're getting their footing.
Yeah.
Those are my three teams. If they all make it to the playoffs, I will be a happy man. So.
Sure. And I'm thankful for Mommy Midwest and Gagu and Mrs. Midwest and the two kids and all that, of course, and the pops, both pops. And honestly, really, I am thankful for everybody, for the 80 some odd of you that tune in to us
Absolutely.
once a week to listen to us talk about really nothing and drink beer.
I mean, sure.
Yeah, very thankful.
Who wouldn't want to hear that?
It worked for Seinfeld. Right?
It did.
Yeah.
So don't forget, folks at home. Again, have a happy Thanksgiving. 9:30 a.m. this coming Saturday. That's the 25th of November, right before the game.
The game.
Check us out. We're going to be going up against the Thanksgiving parade and probably game day. Probably part of that too. So our ratings should be through the roof for that.
Preceding Big Noon kickoff. So
Yes, big noon kickoff, and we will see you
That's
guys.
what, Iowa, Nebraska?
Right. We'll we're going to see you guys then.
take care.
Take care.
Enjoy.
All right.